And you make me feel like a rebel, but I will not give you.
What's up, PK family? My name is Nonstop Parkour, and today I am slightly sick, so I won't be as rambunctious as I usually am. So my cameraman Waleed will make that up for me.
Hello!
So anyway, we're gonna have a tutorial on the side flip. Let's get to it. So as always, I'm gonna divide the tutorial into 3 parts. The first part, technique, what exactly to do for the move. Second part, the fear of the move and why people are scared of it so that you know what to correct. And common mistakes that people do when learning this move and how to correct that. Boom! You wanna be safe and in a controlled environment. So, as always, I would suggest learning in the gymnastics gym, or at least if you're comfortable enough, into grass. Not on concrete. No, don't do it.
Yeah!
So the first step, as always, is the run-up. You want to have a strong, confident run-up, which means you don't want to run too fast because then you might do stutter steps, which is small steps that, no matter what, will deplete your momentum, but you don't want to go too slow because then you won't have enough momentum to block properly for the move. So if you've been watching my tutorials for a while, you know that I do not like punching because that'll screw up with your joints over an extended amount of time. So, as always, I'm going to teach you the gather step run-up, which is basically the same blocking motion, but less jarring on your knees. So, take the run-up, and then on your third last step, right, and then left, right, okay? So as you're setting up for the gather step, what you want to do with the arms is the one that will be thrown down will be way up high as if you're going to be hit.
Don't you mean punched?
God, that was corny. But anyway, the first arm will be all the way up here, and the second arm, which most people don't use, will be behind you. And as you take off, as you're leaving the ground, you're going to straighten them out for a millisecond, because that will speed up your rotation. Straighten them out, throw them up and down. So the ones that's up goes down, and vice versa. So here, this is going to be the motion. So, okay. So once you're in the air, obviously you can either do 2 tucks, generally. You can either tuck under the thigh, or you can tuck on the shins. If you tuck on the shins, make sure it's right in the middle, not on your knees, because then they can go like this, but not right here, because then you can go like this, and screw up your rotation so it becomes a twist, which would suck. As you're taking off, you want to, for your head at least, you want to either look straight ahead, because that's like the proper form, but for me personally, it's hard for me to spot the landing. So what I do is I pretend I'm looking at one arm, one hand, and then as I'm rotating, I look at my other hand so that I can see the landing. Once your chest gets as high as possible, because that's what a lot of people do wrong, they like try to duck it down for some reason, probably just to try to speed up the rotation. But that would just make them lose height. So get your chest as high as possible, and then from there you tuck, and then from there for the landing, you have to untuck and land, which basically what you need to do is get used to the timing and spotting your landing. Now, if you have already tried the side flip and you're going on this tutorial because you just can't land it, that, I promise you, is the hardest part for most parkour athletes, the landing, which I don't know what to tell you. It's just about practice, because just all of that repetition will eventually give you the muscle memory to get used to knowing exactly which millisecond to untuck and when to open your eyes if you close your eyes, which you shouldn't do, to see the landing. So that review marks the end of the first part, showing you exactly what to do. Now for the second part, what scares most people at least, not everyone, but most people with this move, the side flip, and how to correct it. So the people that start free running in parkour, so beginners, usually learn, the majority of them at least, try to learn the side flip first, because it tends to be the easiest, I guess you would say, out of all the flips. And in turn, since it's the first flip, they really try to rush the rotation instead of getting height. So So the most common problem is ducking their chest down to try to rotate faster. So most people go like this. They go like here, and then they really try to duck their chest down so they can just whip that rotation. But that will speed up your rotation, but the problem is that you won't get enough height, which means it will be really hard for the landing. So mainly what I have to say is just focus on really keeping your chest vertical instead of horizontal like this, because then that would be a tunnel side flip, and to really just focus on keeping your chest straight up and getting as high as possible. So there you go, parts 2 and 3 kind of combine, identifying the fear and how to correct it. And the correction just so happens to be the most common thing that people do wrong. So one tip I can give you as a professional, obviously, I can do a friggin' side flip, people, is to record yourself, as I say in a lot of my videos. Because recording yourself can show you exactly what you're doing wrong and how to correct it. Plus, you can compare your video to professional videos of, I don't know, examples of side flips. The only other thing that I can think of that can help you any more when learning the side flip is to just keep practicing, keep on getting those repetitions in, and don't give up. I promise you, you will learn it. Unless you already have, then great job, people. And if you already have learned it, then here are a few variations of the side flip that you can try. Last one, and personally one of my favorite, inspired by Johnny, also known as PK Ninja, the monkey side flip, also known as Harambe side flip. Okay, there we go, PK family. A tutorial on the side flip with your guest as the cameraman, Waleed.
Also known as Wade.
You didn't need to know that. But I'm very tired and my throat is starting to hurt. So I'm gonna leave you with a One tip that I can give you as a pro, obviously. Well, he just took off his pants. But anyway, what I'm gonna say is to record yourself so that you can kind of see what you're doing wrong and really focus on that exact thing that you're doing wrong. So if you're ducking your chest down too much, record that so you know that you need to really get height. And that's my pro tip. It's helped me so much as
Someone's home.
And bye.